leave it to Netflix to take one female character who they could have gotten away with making more masculine and doing this instead. This defeats the purpose of her character. On God, Nala is one of the biggest disappointments I've ever seen. It's so bad in literally every way. The depiction of female characters in this show is honestly a disgrace, turning Katara into an emotionless pile of nothingness, but making Suki's only trait just horny. And now with Toph, what is up with them hiring on people who don't even respect the original show? Stuff like this is definitely the reason why the original creators of the show left the series almost immediately. No, it's not, and they didn't leave almost immediately. They worked on it for like 3 years, and the Avatar fandom is once again in shambles. Last week it was the disappointing CinemaCon announcement, and this week it's once again one of the actors for the Netflix series not having any PR training whatsoever and saying things that they probably shouldn't have. Or, you know, at the very least should have worded it just a little bit better. Now, before I go over all of this, I want you guys to keep in mind a lot of these interviews are happening fast and on the spot. This one happened on the red carpet, so she likely gave this interview with no preparation time, had no idea what she was going to be asked, and kind of just gave her answers on the spot, and some of them may have came out a little bit worse than she would have liked. Anyway, Mia Chek, who is the actress playing Toph for season 2 of Netflix's Avatar, gave an interview to The Direct titled, "Exclusive, Netflix's live-action Avatar series will make Toph quote-unquote slightly more feminine." Alright guys, I'm not a stranger to the clickbait game, you guys know this, so right off the bat, I know what's going on here. With a title like this, they want you to be mad and rage click. They even start off the article by saying, "Many won't be fans of the newest change with Avatar The Last Airbender's tomboy Toph." I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this, I thought this was an article from The Onion. I was like, there's no way this can be real. Now, don't think this video is going to be me completely defending Netflix's Avatar, because if they actually did change Toph in a big way, then I'm going to be just as upset as everyone else. But together, let's take a look at this article. Many fans won't be happy. The series has many mixed reviews. They ruined Katara's character. Live action Toph will be more feminine, with a hand-selected photo of Mia Chek with the saturation turned up to 1,000. They literally turned the saturation all the way up to try to fit their narrative. The entire article was carefully crafted to make you as mad as possible before going to the actual quote. But let's just ignore how this article is here to make you mad, and let's go over the actual content. In an interview with The Direct on the red carpet for Marshmallow, a sci-fi horror film about campfire, whatever, I don't care. Mia Chek was asked how her portrayal of Toph in Netflix's Avatar The Last Airbender would differ from the animated series. Chek reaffirms changes like Toph being a little older, but she also confirmed that the Earthbender will be slightly more feminine in the live action series. "My version of Toph is going to be a little older and slightly more feminine. I feel like I wanted to work into a very humanizing space for her because, you know, she was a cartoon." Now, of course, this is the quote everyone is running with, everyone's getting super mad about, but in the very next line of the article, she confirms that her and the original Toph VA have a very similar take on the character. But let's go ahead and go over the whole Toph being more feminine thing and why there's a lot of room for nuance here. Obviously, I probably don't need to say this, but I love Toph. Season 2 of Avatar is my favorite season out of any show ever. Season 2 is what I remember the most when I think back to me as a little kid sitting on the couch watching Avatar. From the start with General Fong to the introduction of Toph, the desert, the finale, everything. It's a masterpiece. If Netflix truly did change Toph in a meaningful way, that's it for me, man. That's it. I'm done. That's where I draw the line. That's my "they ruined it" moment. However, let's not be ridiculous, people. Making Toph quote-unquote more feminine in the eyes of Mia Chek could mean so many different things. Her comment was so vague, and we are just jumping to conclusions. Not only are we jumping to conclusions, we're jumping to the absolute worst case scenario. Making Toph more feminine could be something super small, like Toph not doing things like this, or maybe Toph's a little older in this version, so Mia Chek thinks she looks a bit more feminine. There's just a lot of range here, and a quote this vague, it's just a little bit too early for me to throw up my pitchfork. The article does point out that Toph has battled with her femininity in the past, mainly in the Tale of Ba Sing Se episode, which made me start to think that there's a decent sized chance that Mia Check isn't the biggest fan of Avatar and didn't know this episode existed in the cartoon when they filmed this sequence. She could have thought this was Netflix's way of showing off Toph's feminine side. I seriously wouldn't put it past her, because it's kind of like when Daniel Day Kim gave an interview about how amazing the cartoon was, and then at the very end of it he was like, yeah man, it's so amazing, I've almost seen every episode. A lot of the people acting in this series aren't going to be as deep into Avatar lore as you or me or any of the hardcore fans, but we'll find out soon enough, because we know the series is eyeing an early 2026 release, which is only 9 months away, and Netflix has an event at the end of next month, and there's a pretty good chance we're going to be getting a sneak peek of the series there, so mark your calendars for that. Anyway, in other Avatar news, the co-creator of Avatar The Last Airbender might have just hinted at a potential Seven Havens announcement, or at the very least some Avatar Studios type announcement, because for the first time in literal years they posted the Avatar Studios logo on their Instagram and then panned to a cat, and we all know the main animal companion in Seven Havens is a cat, so maybe news on that very soon. Anyway, this video is a lot shorter than usual, so please leave a like and comment to help your boy out. YouTube's weird and they love to punish people for making shorter videos than their normal videos. You guys know the deal, so just leave a like, comment down below, and I will appreciate it forever. Anyways guys, hopefully another video coming out very soon. I have a lot of videos on the back burner, but man, I've been just so busy with school. Let's see how it goes.